Console gamers, I don't care if you're a Sony pony, a Nintendo Switch fanatic, a Bill Gates groupie, please hear him out. Ex-Sony boss Shawn Layden is back again. If you don't remember, he's the guy who said that. He said he liked the return of 12 to 15 hour games. Well, if you thought he changed his mind, you were being way too optimistic because, matter of fact, he doubles down on this same statement. The truth is, console gaming is going to look a little different in the future. And I know that after reading this article, so let's break it down. What is Shawn Layden talking about and how true is he? So before we begin, allow me to give you a friendly reminder to like this video, and if you end up enjoying it here on my channel, know that I tried to give the best gaming news, rumors, breakdowns, and essays. Thanks guys. Just to let you know, I plan on doing a full video essay on this topic because, you know, I talk a lot, I'm all over the place, I get scatterbrained right now, like even as we speak. I won't be able to get everything off my chest, and they're more focused than this. So look forward to that in the near future. Listen, my console brothers and sisters, please listen to this because I know what's going to happen right now is the media, you know how they play. The clickbait article, we're about to see a bunch of clickbait articles that just misconstrue what Shawn Layden is saying, and it's gonna just drive up the mass hysteria through console gaming, and I don't want that. I want to be the person to make things more clear and to really help you guys understand what is going on with what he's saying. So basically, the main point of this article, I got some notes. So basically the main point of this article is console gaming's dead, guys. I'm sorry. You got to upgrade to $3,000 PCs. You got to play mobile games, get your tablets. Nah, seriously. The rate at which it costs games to make is doubling. But the price isn't. We just got a price hike of $70. But that didn't happen for a while. It helps, but not that much. And the other problem now is consoles, yeah, they're selling like crazy, but compared to the 1990s right here, he says that the number of people who own consoles today is broadly the same as it was in the late 1990s, around 240 to 260 million people. So when they say things like this, all right, has sold 10 million copies, good, you deserve an applause for that. But it's kind of twofold. It's like, yes, it's good, but if it's just going to get to the same amount of number, it's not expanding, what is it? Is it really good? Are you really going to get more profit, or are you just trying to extrapolate all you can get from the product? And that is what Shawn Layden is saying. Gaming is going up, but the console market, we're focusing on consoles right now. The console market is not expanding. It's not, it has a set number. It's between, like he said, 240 to 260 million people. Meaning that if the games are going to keep getting bigger, more expensive. Right now, Red Dead is the most expensive game. That's like, I think they said 350. That's like the range. That is probably going to be beaten with GTA 6. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But that's not sustainable. Console gaming is getting niche. The most profitable games have not been console games for a long time now. They haven't been. Especially recently. That is why you're gonna start seeing these companies start chasing after these smaller budget games so that they can make more of a profit, because they can't keep up with the rate. And this goes to another point he's making. He says that with these games going up in price, there's only gonna be a certain amount of people that is gonna be able to make these games. And with that being said, that is going to cause a lack of diversity, because if only a few amount of people, for example, you have the Take-Twos of the world, you have the EAs of the world, the Activisions. Let's say these are the last men standing. They're gonna make the games that work. That's the only type of games we're going to get. There's gonna be very little originality because they're the only ones that these are the big dogs. They're the ones that left standing because they got all the money. That is solely because the console market isn't growing in terms of players. More people aren't coming into the console market, and the console market is thriving because there's more stuff to spend money on. There's more software, there's more games. Again, they're just sucking what they can get, all they can get from the console player base. Yes, console revenue is going up, but that doesn't mean more console players are joining the console family. What could potentially happen with console gaming is two things. What he wants to happen is we get to see more diverse games. That's what we want. More indie titles coming out, smaller games to not just typical what we think games are, the triple A experience. He doesn't want just that. He wants games from it's a whole umbrella. And that's the thing I want people to understand. Console gamers, you're not going to be left out. There's still going to be triple A games made. That's not going to stop. The train's still going. The train has started and it's not stopping, baby. You're not stopping the train. It's like technology. You're not stopping that train. It's already in motion. So there's always going to be room for us, the console gamers, but you got to keep in mind that they need to expand. So with expansion comes change. They're going to have to do new things. And that's the most important thing. That's actually the one scenario. He wants that. It could go that way where we get a whole bunch of indie titles and we get a whole bunch of diverse games that don't cost $200 million to make. And while there's still that pocket where, hey, there is a big budget game, AAA experience for those type of players. Or it could be the latter, which is what he's saying, where you have the big companies making only these type of games and we get no originality, and console gaming market isn't growing at all. Another important thing that he mentions in this article is the Game Pass model. Now, this is the part I kind of agree and kind of disagree with him with, only because he doesn't mention PC player base. In my opinion, I think I did a whole video on it. I think the last one standing is going to be Xbox. I think Xbox is in the best position right now to live. I really believe so. And I don't mean, I'm talking live comfortably. Sony them, I don't know Sony's game point. I'm not saying they're done. I'm not saying Nintendo or Sony is finished. I just don't see their business model in the future. I don't see how they're setting it up. Xbox, it's clear as day what they're setting up. So that's why I can say things like, oh, Xbox, I feel like Xbox is going to be able to thrive in the future. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. I don't have knowledge of what Nintendo and PlayStation business model is going to be in the future. So with that being said, he says, Shawn Layden, it's very hard to launch a $120 million game on subscription service charging $9.99 a month, he claimed. You pencil it out, you're gonna have a $500 million subscriber before you start to recoup your investment. That's why right now you need to take a loss-leading position to try to grow that base. But still, if you have only 250 million consoles out there, you're not going to get to 500 million subscribers. So how do you circle that square? Nobody has figured that out. That's what I can't stress. It's like, I'm a console gamer, man. I like how things are going. I love how what Sony's doing. They're giving me games that I like to play. I like what Xbox is doing. They're now getting into exclusives as well. Nintendo has been on exclusives, but I can't ignore the facts. It's very true. Business sucks. We always know it, especially with gamers. It ruins our games. But at the same time, you can't just go like, nah, screw the business, screw the profit. I think to a degree, you always have to care about the profit, because how the hell are you gonna provide a service to people? And that's what this shows. This is what this shows. If there is only, again, 200 240 to 250 million console players, and you're consistently getting games that cost 100 million to make, and it's a service model that's only $10, it's again not sustainable. The only reason why I kind of disagree with Shawn Layden here is because he doesn't account for the PC player base that comes along with Game Pass. I think right now he's only penciling in the Xbox console users that have Game Pass, because then he's absolutely right. But if Game Pass can get on other devices, like I've been saying, TVs, other consoles like Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation, that's a different story. And that's why I believe Xbox right now, from what I'm seeing, is poised to be in the best position in the future, because they're not restricted with this hardware thing. They're not restricted, and they have a plan to bring more people in, because Game Pass doesn't always have to offer AAA experience games. They just released this game, Cluster Truck. I literally just installed it. This game seems like one of the mini clip cool math games. It's pretty fun. But again, games aren't always going to be AAA experience. Trust me, if it were up to me, I would do that. I love AAA games. I want the best experience. I want that. Who doesn't? But there's, at the same time, there are people who don't want it, because there's adults. There's girls that don't get into the game. Think about it. There aren't games specifically made for women. There aren't. And there's more women in the world than us. That's a good idea. That's how you bring more people into the console market. Again, I'm not saying this is the end of consoles. It could be. Obviously, there's always a possibility. But I think consoles are just going to be a little less focused on, because not little less focused on, my bad. I just think there's going to be other avenues that these game companies are going to have to focus on, and that's a question that they're going to have to answer. I'm not gonna lie, this humbled the shit out of me. I thought consoles were booming, but it's clearly not. In conclusion, tell me what you guys think about all of this, because I want to have a good, detailed conversation. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm going to be doing a full video essay on this topic, because I'm not gonna lie, that's when I'm in my bag, man. I type up a mean script, have it uploaded, it's good, it's polished, like I'm not messing up face cam. I'm nervous as hell. Like, look, I'm sweating already, bro. So it's gonna be coming. It's gonna be way better. It's gonna be way more detailed, so you guys can look forward to that. In the comment section, again, tell me what you guys think about the future of all of this. Do you agree with Shawn Layden, or do you just think he's nuts? Let me know. As always, remember, I'm KenWal. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.